Welcome to 30 Days of Marketing Mavens. 30 days, 30 experts, 30 marketing niches. Brought to you by Profit Master Business Solutions. More leads, more sales, and more revenue for your small or medium-sized business. Click findnewrevenue.com to learn more. Now here's your host, Howard Walpoff.
Hi, welcome back to 30 Days of Marketing Mavens. Again, I'm Howard Walpoff, and this is all brought to you by Profit Master Business Solutions. And I'm very excited today because video is very important, and we all react to video, and we all think we understand video, but we don't understand video. We don't even understand what strengths it really can have if you focus it on the right way and in some very strong incremental ways for businesses. And today I'm really happy that we have Angie Norris from TVpreneurs here to share with you how she works with businesses to really market out their message. So Angie, welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
We appreciate having you. So you've been involved with TV for quite a while.
Yes. So I have a company, TVpreneurs Entertainment Network, and we're focused on helping brands launch and manage their own custom branded TV channels on Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV.
That's outstanding. And really people are more and more, they're getting these devices for their homes, for their offices, and it plays a major part of their viewing. How did you pursue this? How did you get started with this?
I have actually been a 20-year corporate marketer for IT companies. And my last position was with a merger called DXC Technology. The merger was between Hewlett Packard Enterprise Services and Computer Sciences Corporation. But I was director of global sales enablement, and we were usually ahead of the curve in innovative technologies that we would use to help our sales force understand what we sell, how to sell it, and how to be better at selling to clients. And so TV, namely on Roku and streaming TV and Amazon and Apple, were just getting started in the corporate space. It had been big brands, networks, HBO, and big companies who had already a TV presence were spending lots and lots of money to have their own TV channels on these streaming TV devices. But corporately, people started seeing companies that were large, started seeing that, wow, there's a powerful tool here. We're reaching millions of people, brand new market, different than YouTube, different than social media, and why don't we start leveraging that? So DXC Technology wanted me to learn how to build TV channels. And unfortunately, the company was going through major layoffs. They went through 17 rounds of layoffs before they got to our group, and our entire group got laid off. But I knew it was coming. My boss knew it was coming. So for months, I had been learning how to build TV channels and building my TVpreneurs company on the side, with his blessing, of course, as a plan B. And so really, when I got laid off, it was an easy transition to this company, and I started just pouring into clients and helping them get their own TV channels on this brand new digital marketing channel. That's
amazing, and really great training on the job that falls into place. It's I think we've all had one experience, some more, of these layoffs and how they drag on. So it's great that you really were able to take full advantage of your time that way. Now, who was your first client that you really felt excited about what you launched for them?
My first real client that actually had a TV channel that was live. I have a lot of clients who are still in the baking process. They're still developing their videos and getting their content together. And so they're taking a little bit longer. But I have some clients that are really ready to go. And there's two that I think of. One is she was a mompreneur, a blogger, a food recipe kind of connoisseur. And she would do a cooking blog in Arizona, and she just did a great job that people started picking her up for food networks and on their local stations. And so I reached out to her and asked her if she would like her own TV channel. So we created her own TV channel. It's called Thai Caliente. She does a hybrid of Thai dishes and Hispanic dishes, and she loves her channel, and we put all of her recipes out there, and it's just a beautiful channel. And then the other person that I think of is Ray Adams. And Ray is he's an interviewer of celebrities and
Okay.
professional golfers. So what he has is two TV channels. He has one channel on NBC and then one on Fox Sports Net. And one's called Great American Golf and one's called Match Play with Ray Adams. And so what's great is that he has so much content that it was easy to create his channel and get it going for him. And he's revamping his branding right now. So we're revamping the TV channel, but his is amazing because it just has a wealth of celebrities on there that he's been interviewing.
Sure.
It has celebrity golfers, and then he just has a great brand anyway.
So a lot of these examples, they're taking content that they've done before as the starting programming for the channel. Is that how it started off?
Well, with Renee and Ty Caliente, she had zero video content except for being interviewed on featured news stations. So she actually started out with a low budget setup at home, and she's on camera, she's recording herself, and I helped her edit the videos. And then, she's going to move as she gets more of a budget, she'll move into more high productivity type of productions. But right now, she's just starting where she is, which I think is great. And then with Ray, he had, I would say I think he has like over 1,000 video assets.
Okay.
And we're just combing through which ones he wants to put out there, but he's creating new content every day. So it's really easy, but he has a radio talk show that we can also put out on his channel as well. So we're doing a bunch of stuff for him. And so it's pretty cool.
So how the programming day itself for a channel, how does someone fill that out as they're trying to contemplate doing this for their company?
As far as a channel goes, I have a guide that I have put together. It's a 12 project plan program, right? And there's 12 different sections of the project. And so for each section, I do all the work, but I like to take them along the journey. And I have forms for each step. So if I need their guidance, because I want their input on colors and branding and strategies and what do they want their thumbnails to look like, what do they want their backgrounds to look like, things like that. So I have forms, right, that I will have them fill out and we will walk through it together. I have video narratives that kind of walk each step of each piece. So if I need descriptions, keywords, I want to know what they want the title to be. I want to know what they want this to be. And so there's just tons and tons and tons of stuff that I will actually get from them. And then we go to phase 2, which is strategy. Like, how do you want to strategize your channel? Because you can have so many different types of channels. There's 20 ways to monetize your channel. Do you want all the bells and whistles? Or do you just want a freemium channel that's free to the public? Or do you want subscription based or in-app purchases? Or do you want to do e-commerce? I mean, what do you want to do? So we fine tune their goals, and then we map their goals to what their options are to have on their channel. And then we fill out the channel that way. And then the next phase would be creating their graphics for their channel branding. And each one has a different thing. So Roku has like 6 or 7 main things. Amazon Fire has about 4 or 5 main things, and so on. And so we'll come up and I have everything mapped out, what they need. If they have their own person, they can do it. I will do it for them. If they don't. And so we create that, and then we go to the next phase. And so there are 12 different phases that we go through to get their channel going. And it doesn't take that long. The longest part is actually the video development on their side. So their content creation. I think a lot of people who don't have content are having to think of how they come up with content. And I do have an entire training program on how to help them think about that. Do they want to leverage other people's content? Do they want to license content? Do they want to create their own content? Do they want to have a channel that's a hybrid, like storage space? Like if you think of a storage unit and you just rent out space on your channel, and they can have other people's content on their channel that they're getting paid to feature their stuff. Sponsors will pay you, advertisers will pay you. So there's lots of different ways to map out your channel. So we just kind of walk through that, and I help them understand the opportunities, the options, and then they fine tune what they want, and then we just go as planned.
So what happens if you have a company that has the concept, I want this, I need this is great for my brand, but doesn't really have the right talent or have the wrong person as they're creating to be the face, but not really benefiting what their end goal is.
So I think if I understand what you're saying, you're asking if the person that I'm working with, or you're talking about the person that's represented on the channel outwardly to the public.
The company wants that notoriety of having their own channel, but they're not really pushing the right entertainments and value for viewers to really appreciate what the end goal is for the company. Have you had that situation come up, and how do you really address that with the talents in that case?
Yeah, that's a good question. I have not had that come up yet, but I will say that there is a level of analytics that you can see to see if your channel is being educational, if it's being informative, if it's being entertaining. So the statistics will show you which pieces of content are booming versus which ones are getting zero activity, as well as their overall channel. You can even see what countries are watching your channel. I mean, you could have a channel that you had no idea you had an audience out in Malaysia, so there's just a lot of different things. I think I would use metrics because that's I'm a data-driven person. Okay. So I would probably show them just their metrics and let them come to the conclusion that they need to fine-tune some of their content and maybe even their talent.
So you mentioned monetizing, which obviously is probably a very big piece to this with a lot of companies. How open are companies to spend on a Roku and an Amazon channel? Are they getting the bang for their buck, the ROI on some of these smaller channels that they're looking for?
Yes. So what's great about this multi-billion-dollar industry is that the channel owners are getting a piece of that pie, and it's all about what they want as far as monetization. There's 20 different ways to monetize. The flat out easiest way to do it is just flip the switch on to the Roku's advertising network. Okay. It's just basically a toggle. Yes, I want it. No, I don't. And what Roku will do is they will find the advertisers, and for every 7 minutes of content you have, they will post an ad, and you will get a division. It's split 50% to Roku and 50% to the channel owner. And if you think about YouTube and how a lot of people have made money on YouTube, well, a lot of those advertisers have pulled their ad spend out of YouTube because it's so saturated. They're not seeing their return, and they're dumping the money into this new space because Amazon, Apple, they're committed to making this their bread and butter, right? They're bringing shopping to streaming, and that's the future, right? Amazon Prime is going to be on the thing. You're going to have your remote. You're going to be able to shop Amazon Prime in shorter time than you think. And so a lot of people with monetization, if they want all the bells and whistles, so like e-commerce, if you have products to sell, now you can have your own home shopping network. If you want subscriptions, so I have a lot of coaches that are doing channels, and they're locking in content. So they'll have a freemium part of their channel where it's free to the public, and then they'll have lockdown content. And they're seeing money. There's lots of ways to monetize outside of your TV channel that feeds into your TV channel too. So if you have a membership course and you want them to have this lockdown access, they're paying you outside of the TV channel, but you're really monetizing it because they're able to access it, and it's only for that private community. So to answer your question though, people are seeing a return, and there are statistics all over the place. I can show you books and books of statistics that are showing that like $700 million was paid out last year on Roku advertising spend to TV channel owners. And that was just using their network. You can build your own network. If you want to have your own ad network, you can actually cultivate your own. So say you just wanted one real estate broker and one mortgage broker and one dentist, and you wanted to just kind of hand select your advertisers and they pay you a monthly fee, you can do that too. You could also go out and find ad networks, like Google has their own ad network and some other ones. And so all these places you can actually monetize that way. Then you add in all the other ways to monetize. So, I mean, there's 20 different ways, and it's pretty cool. It's going to be really neat to see how the landscape changes and how people start to open their eyes to the opportunities in making money, and not just getting, the money from this, the revenue, but also having a TV channel for the notoriety of it, like you said before. I mean, that's going to be really telling, because the people who get in now are the ones who are going to be leading that space. I mean, how many of us would want to go back to YouTube when it first began and begin their channel? I mean, I know I would in a heartbeat go back to that first day, sign up my channel, because you know that you're going to be making millions of dollars. So that's kind of where we're at right now with this brand new opportunity.
Well, this really is amazing. It's always exciting to see different ways that companies can expand their brand and their messaging, but also in turn be able to create different types of revenues from it as well. And it's fantastic that you are really at this point a great facilitator to drive with the creative and for the logistics and all the moving parts to make sure that these companies are getting their messaging out. Now, with other companies that may have an interest in doing this and getting their brand out, what's the best way to contact you, and what's the first steps they really should be taking?
I would say the biggest piece with this entire realm is the education piece. One of the things I'm focused on this year is educating people on what it is, what the opportunities are, and why now. And so I have a free masterclass that I point people to get kind of enrolled, indoctrinated into this whole TV, over the top, connected TV, digital TV, whatever you want to call it, realm. And so it's tvpreneurs.com/masterclass. And that is a free way to find it. I have like 10 videos out there. They're, it's a free access to just view them and just kind of see what it's all about. And then to go from there, I have several different programs. It just depends if you want to learn how to do it yourself. I teach people how to do it, or you would like for me to do it for you. I have a full service management program too. So depending on the type of person you are, if you want to like get in the weeds and get dirty and launch your own channels, or you want to have me just do it for you, I have several different programs for the budget that you have.
Well, that's fantastic. And really, it helps having that knowledgeable hand along the way to guide you through this, because I think there's a lot of nervousness involved in a process of this, especially people getting in front of camera that they may never have done things like this before, and really breaking out of that box to really help their brand and really help the message of really what they're trying to accomplish. So I give you a tremendous amount of credit of being that facilitator for companies and opening the door for something like this that really is the beginning, like YouTube, and the companies that do take advantage of it will feel the dividends as they go on.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And thank you for really your time and sharing this. I know I'm going to check out that masterclass because I want to learn more about this. This is really fantastic. But
Good.
Thank you for joining us, and I'm excited to see where this all goes, and with you as part of the guide for this. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Again, 30 days of marketing mavens, and we look forward to seeing you soon.